Hello, hello. Welcome back to
What's up?
another episode
Yep.
of the Wisdom Well podcast. I'm LJ,
I'm Larry.
and we about to get into it.
Yeah, we are.
Here we are. Here we are. We about to get into it. Larry?
The topic that is on everybody's minds and
Is-
hearts and Apple streaming. Okay. All right. Top 15 spots. Okay.
Here we go. Bay goes country.
Bay goes country.
Is it Bay? Is it B or Bay? I mean,
Is-
is that correct?
She's
Is-
Bay
is it-
to those in the beehive, right? So,
Oh,
right.
Jesus.
Well,
Okay.
Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. So, and specifically, we're talking about her newest foray, which I believe is to be respected.
Okay.
Into
Oh, Lord
well,
have mercy.
it's not a country album; it's a Beyonce album. She said that, but I believe that it is something really great. To be talked about, and no matter how you feel about the music, I think she definitely has set up something special.
You are beyond. You are from.
I'm from Texas. Yep,
Okay,
yep, yep,
Dallas
yep.
Beach.
I don't know Beyonce personally,
Right, you are
but
from
I
Dallas,
will
Texas.
say I definitely respect.
Are you
Yeah.
being a little biased? Okay, first off,
Why I gotta be back?
Okay, hold on. You know what? You're right. You okay? Because
I'm working very hard to be in the middle.
Okay.
But I do. I am a fan of her work. So
If you have been up under a rock,
Come
this
on.
is my camera right
Come
here,
on.
right? If you've been under a rock and you didn't know, Beyonce just released
Yes.
a country record.
called Cowboy Carter
Cowboy
on-
Carter.
on the 29th,
Okay.
and
She released a couple of songs during the Super Bowl, and people
She
were
did.
like, "Wait,
People went
what?" Like
crazy.
people were like,
It was
"What's going
rumored.
on?" Yes, it was rumored to
rumored
be.
that she was going to do a
She was
country
getting
sort
ready
of
to do a
foreign
country
country.
record.
Yeah, but obviously, people rumors. People are like, not really.
Right.
But then the confirmation came when she released those two records, Texas Hold'em
Yep.
and 16 Carriages.
Okay.
Yep.
What I've heard the record several times.
Yeah.
I
The
will.
two,
I
but-
will. I am not part of the Beehive, so don't cancel my little podcast out the gate. We just getting started, so don't try to cancel my little podcast because I'm not part of your little Beehive. So all my fans, don't cancel me yet. Like,
Cancel.
allow
Somebody
me
is
to-
already scrolling so far up.
Yeah, it just,
Literally, you was like, don't care.
I won't have a podcast start.
They are already 20 swipes up
Right.
into.
You can't cancel my stuff. This is mine. You can't cancel my podcast. Okay, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it? Honestly, and I know
Okay.
we have honest conversations. What
For
are
real,
your
for
thoughts
real.
on it? For
So
real.
okay, and I think you and I were kind of
Because-
talking about this earlier, and I will be honest. With most Beyonce's records, when I initially hear the records, I am like, that's I don't really love it yet.
Uh-huh.
But then what happens is about like 2 days later, I'm humming these melodies.
Okay.
I'm thinking about these songs, and then I think about that's like the genius of kind of like the circle that's creating in her creative circle, and which I believe she's a part of. People have arguments about that,
Yeah.
but I it's crazy. Like an example of when she released that song. Crazy in Love. I remember that one.
Big hit.
Which was a big hit.
That was
I
a
remember I
smash for
heard
her.
that and I was like, oh man, it just really feels very noisy.
Right. Really?
I
When
felt
you
it was
first
just
heard
so
it?
much going on, and I was
man.
like, okay, all right. And then she dropped the video,
Man.
and it was like, that's the
That
song.
song was
That is the
huge.
song.
That
That's the
song
song.
was
It just went
huge.
crazy.
Oh my God.
Similar situation when she dropped that record. I think Beyonce 4 was
Yes.
with Girls.
Yes,
that
that's
was
right.
the initial record, right?
Yep.
So she dropped that record, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this is what it is,
Mm-hmm,
and then she dropped the video, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's fire. So
Yeah.
I've just pretty much come to the place where I'm gonna just give it a few days, and so initially that is that's happened with Renaissance. I didn't love every song on that record, but again, I respect her artistry. And sure enough, that was probably and I had I had an opportunity to go to the show. My wife and we went, and I was sitting in awe because she is fantastic. She's a phenomenal vocalist.
Not only
And-
did you go to the show though, you sat basically third row. You sat in front of.
I literally saw her sweating. Okay, I saw her sweat.
Yo,
Okay.
you were.
I was like,
not only
I was
were
like,
you
dang
at the
it.
show, you were like,
Okay,
like there,
Yeah.
and you saw her at Coachella, right?
I did. Okay, let me just tell you.
Okay,
So
okay,
without sounding like I'm the president of the Beehive, I'm not the president of the Beehive.
Yo, I
just like a good show.
No. Is that my camera? I am sitting next to.
You're lying, bro. No. The Beehive got me. Okay, let me say it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I do think that like I feel like my respect comes from, man, every time that she's done something over these last few years, it has felt like important for the culture. It hasn't just been about the music. And it was at some point where I just began to respect the fact that she just is like, I'm doing this because this is what I want to do. And she became more than just a singer, you know? She became like, and I think one thing about Beyonce is I think, and I take this on is that when she does stuff, it's not like she just doing it to show you how amazing she is.
Right.
And I feel like this is what I try to like, in my own life. I feel like it's something about Texas.
I feel like she does that, but I feel like it's in the most, humblest way.
Yeah.
Because she is Beyonce.
She is.
And
but it's like an invitation for you to do your own
best
stuff,
yes,
you know?
Yes.
And I feel like that's what I've always picked up on. And so it's been chill. And it's actually, like, even like, I guess in this latest album, I think one of the things that's so special about it is that, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, finite opinion, is the fact that she's bringing along other young, black, female, and male, artists. I mean, their streaming numbers have gone up because they've been a part of this, a part of this track. And I think that's huge for the culture. And I think that, we were having a conversation about this, is that the country music genre, it has gatekeepers, and individuals who, probably just because of their love of the genre,
right,
have grown up with country being a certain way.
Yeah.
And I think unfortunately, some of the pictures of that we've not seen the full picture, because there are individuals who look like you and I who are very instrumental in the very formation of country music. And if you really do your ethnomusicology study, you will find that
say that one. Hold on, you can't gloss over big words with me.
If you do your musical study,
that was
of
nice.
Where it came from, ethnomusicology.
Ethnomusicology.
Yeah. So it's like
the ethnomusicology?
Basically the beginnings really
I
from Negro spirituals.
Negro
spirituals, which became bluegrass,
which
became our modern day country.
Yeah.
And bluegrass, so Negro spirituals then forming gospel and bluegrass are their sisters, and then they've created these genres out of the about people who look like you and I, and I think that these individuals have been forgotten and not always honored, and it's a part of our American culture. It's not just
correct.
Not just the enslaved that were a part of the formation of this genre.
Correct.
It's the experience, but also too even the banjo. What we know as a banjo is actually from a West African instrument. It's formed there.
I did not know that, though.
So it's like a lot of these things have been coming up because this album was released. Like even like one of the things that people don't know is that song Blackbird, which is from the Beatles.
Yes, correct.
That song was originally written about a black woman rising. It was written in the 60s, from what they were seeing America go through, all of the trials that America going through.
So you feel that this record is bigger than just being a country record.
Absolutely. It's not a country record, and I want to be very clear about it. I don't think it's a country record because it's genre bending. It's genre bending.
It is the most countryest, uncountryest record I've ever heard in my
and that's why I think
in my entire life.
And that's why I think she was very clear. She was very clear to say that she's never. I don't think anyone has ever have her on tape saying I'm doing a country record, because we've even had conversations with, and I agree 100%. She is not a country artist. We don't know her to be that. I think that she's dipping her toes into different genres because you know, you don't. No one wants to be pigeonholed. You know, a true creative artist.
Sure,
like,
sure.
I mean, you know this because you're one of the dopest musicians ever. Like, if someone just told you, "Oh, LJ, you're a gospel drummer,"
yeah,
that would offend the hell out of you.
Sure, absolutely.
Because of your
1,000%.
ability to do every single thing. You know, well.
I was gonna wait to get into my point, but you kind of led me to my point.
Yeah.
I am not a part of the Beehive. That is, I am a.
And the Beehive's gonna pray for you.
Yep, I appreciate that. Here's what I'll say about Beyonce. I didn't like Lemonade. I didn't like Renaissance as much as everyone else did. But what I will say about Beyonce is she put her dues in, and she works.
Yeah.
That's the part I really, really love.
Yeah, you and I share that opinion.
Like whether or not you love her country record, you love Renaissance, you love Lemonade. I'm a Destiny's Child, old school Beyonce fan. Like that's my favorite Beyonce to me.
Same.
But the really girl works though, and she don't shortchange you. She just don't. Like,
I paid for them tickets.
Man,
and let me tell you,
care.
I literally. I sleep very well at night.
Right.
My wife slept really well.
Right.
And those tickets were like, I think of the first wave of since the pandemic where we were like, what is this new sort of situation where you paying all this money for just an evening, a 3-hour show? But I actually
I have a couple of friends who are probably watching this right now.
Come on.
Who's like, I can't believe LJ actually is saying this about Beyonce, but I'm saying it.
Yeah.
This was the Beyonce I was waiting for on this record. Yeah. Mainly because I felt like I got to really hear her sing. I got to really hear her just.
Many people are saying
that. The production was. Okay, she got me with a couple of tracks that I really didn't like. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like I mean,
it's
like
27. You're not gonna like every single one of them.
Also, what is up with all the all? I'm about to curse on my. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with all the singles and tracks and just give me 10, 15 some max. You know what I'm saying? Leave it.
You know, in the research for this podcast, it was said that she recorded over 100 songs for the Cowboy Carter record.
Wow.
And so I mean, we're seeing like the kind of work ethic that's just bananas, you know?
That's the part I really, truly love about her is that she's going to give it to you. She's not going to shortchange it.
No.
The other two records, Renaissance and Lemonade, wasn't my favorite because I felt like she wasn't in. And by the way, our great engineer AJ, we're gonna have him on as a guest because he has some really great points. I can't wait to hear the opposite side. But like sometimes you get into a genre and you don't really do your homework, and there's other people who's bouncing around from thing to thing and not really being authentic. I think before we all jump into country music. And we, like I would love for us to take the John Mayer approach, and he wrote "Your Body Is a Wonderland" and then came into Continuum. Like Lady Gaga had rah, 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 you know what I mean, and then started swinging with Tony Bennett. Like I believe there is a place for artists to grow and evolve, but grow and evolve. And Beyonce, I can honestly say that she's put her time in. Yeah. I think she's at that point where she could do.
And again, I am not on the inside of the recording process, so I don't know. I can only speculate like many people, But I feel like the people did their homework on this.
I believe so. Not all of it wasn't my greatest. I will say that. Honestly speaking, but
accurate. Yeah.
And man, Jolene, bro, that's one of my favorite songs by Dolly Parton. My favorite all-time song by her.
Yeah.
She killed that song
with the other side.
Oh my God,
that's bananas.
I can't believe I'm saying this.
Then to get the Dolly stamp.
I can't believe I'm saying this, bro. Yeah. She literally she killed it. She killed it. I mean,
and Dolly's stamp of approval on it. It's like, come on, it's crazy.
Man, when the elder statesmen, right, give you the blessing, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that, like, and you mentioned gatekeepers, right? You mentioned people not accepting her, not playing her stuff on the radio. We're not making that up. That is an actual fact. That sucks. That part really does suck.
The initial reaction was, or I mean, and again, please, because we always set this out. If we are providing incorrect information, please
correct
update us.
us.
If there,
Yes,
please,
us.
because that is how we are going to learn. That's what the Wisdom Well is about.
Yep.
It's about actually being wise, and it's a community that gives the information, not just two people who
Right,
have an opinion,
yeah.
which is great,
Right.
but we're trying to be as accurate as possible.
Yeah.
But again, when this record was released, many people who basically have never don't know Beyonce, just like many people, they don't know what her roots are. They know that, because she's got Texas, Alabama, and Louisiana roots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But not a lot of people know that. They just know her. Bills, and
Yeah.
Bootylicious,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
like, that's not our country, and,
Right.
So, and rightly so. I mean, it looks like it would be weird, but I think that you gotta listen to the music, and so initially they did not, categorize her as a country artist, so they were not adding her to the playlist, which has since
can I
I
ask
think
you a question?
changed a little bit.
Can I ask you a real
Yeah,
question?
please.
Do you think all genres are fair game? Or
That's what I think. That's what we're getting to.
you-
I think with
right,
this
you know what I'm
record,
saying? Like,
this
okay.
record, the word genre, I think we are finally first in history of music. It's an opportunity to really question the validity of genres when it comes to actual creatives, because I think that genres are fantastic to be able to categorize people. But again, I'm not trying to play the race card here, but it's
no,
like,
I mean, but what are your thoughts?
races and what we've kind of taken. Because I just remember back in the day, and I'm old, so I'm 44 years old, but I remember like being a kid, and I remember listening to John Denver, and I remember listening to Luther Vandross and Crystal Gale, and like all these, and Linda Ronstadt, just all these different artists, and it truly, in my mind, I didn't see black music and white music. You know?
Yeah.
I just saw, these are the great people. These are just really great voices.
Yeah.
And I think it felt like in the 80s there became this sort of, or early 90s, there became a sort of shifting where it was categorized. It was categorized black music.
We gotta put you somewhere.
And I feel
scale
like race
the numbers
became a part of the genre situation.
I understand.
So, and I think that's when the gate probably, and again, please educate us.
Yes.
I feel like, I'm sure it's probably way before that, and I believe her name is Linda Martell, and she's one of the first black country artists to actually sing at the Opryland.
Wow.
So and she's on this record, and they've given her honors.
I got you.
But I think that she sort of had an interesting history, within the country genre, and how she was sort of sidelined, and then after her, it just kind of became more homogenized, more of a vision of what we have seen lately, where it does feel more white. And I think, but now we're at a point right now with this record, and definitely, like I said, you don't have to be a Beyonce fan, but I feel like the respect is owed to her for at least making us question, if the country that we're seeing is really the country of 2024.
Wow.
Because there are a lot of
I love that
artists
perspective,
that don't
though.
look like us.
I didn't think of it that way. I didn't think of it like a deeper than a country record.
Yeah.
But that would be a Beyonce type of move to do something that's like, I could just sing a bunch of country songs, but let me do something that is a little deeper than that.
And let's be clear, man, she just got off this concert with all them ticket sales.
Bruh.
Someone crazy, like she made $500 billion.
How you got 100 tracks and you were just on a year tour?
Something crazy.
How is that?
And you made a ton of money.
And is she a mom?
You don't have to do this no more.
How many kids does she have?
She had like 4 kids, like 3 kids, right? She got the twins,
Man.
and she got Blue. So it's like you don't have to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? You literally are doing it at this point for the love. and you taking your platform, which it could be like diabolically like crazy, like people
Right.
could, you, and especially in the land of cancel culture,
Right.
it's like
Right.
it's like Harriet Tubman out here.
Right.
You reaching back to
Right.
pull people forward,
Right. Yeah.
because like
yeah.
I mean, they was crazy. Like this one, oh man, her name is slipping my name. Please put her in the comments.
Yeah.
But it's a country artist, and I think I was looking at, they had a report that her streaming numbers went up 285%.
Whoa.
She's also featured on that Blackbird song.
Okay.
And
Wow.
so
What's
and
her
they
name?
list her.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we had. I'll pull it up because we want to make sure that we're giving people their propers.
Man, yo, again, and the Beyonce. I mean, we're all of you guys are not Beyonce, so I get it. But the Beyonce effect is like, if you're here, your genre.
Yes.
Because I do know Renaissance was like more dance, more techno, right?
Yeah.
And then it went, that's just the Beyonce effect,
Yeah.
Like if whatever she touched, it just turns to gold. And
Yeah,
I respect that. I respect
like
that
the
about
Oprah
her.
effect, right?
Yeah, like the Oprah effect,
Yeah.
I respect that a lot about her, is that she's a hard worker. She's going to give it to you. She don't shortchange you. I think I would love to hear her, and this is just me honestly speaking. Like, I would love to hear her just sing more, less production, and just sing, because she's still the
devastating.
top. She's still one of the top out there, and so all the other stuff, I can do without.
Yeah.
I just would love her to just sing. I would love for her to
You know
just get
what's
behind
so
an
crazy about
orchestra
that?
or just a guitar and like just show people for real. And I know this isn't a competition, and we're gonna do that in another episode. But
No.
I would love to just hear her just do you in. You know what I
felt
mean?
like
Vocally.
we got close to that on this record.
On this record, yes, and in a very long time.
A lot of people like share your opinion. They have been saying, "I've never heard her sing like this," or
Beyonce
the harmonies,
sings,
the
bro.
production.
Beyonce sings, bro.
And then here it's so interesting because I've talked to other people, and it's like different schools where they want the just the album that like the Pink album, the Beyonce album, with water, with Surfboard. They want that. They want records like that.
You're not talking to a fan, so I'm not
quite
sure.
But it's great.
Okay,
But it's like people that they want that.
Okay.
So it's crazy how like you got to serve all those people. It's like and so I think that has held. We've held those people who want those records don't want her, because I personally liked 4. Like 4, because 4 to me was like, I felt like, man, she was like singing, like she was killing, like just singing, and I want to hear her sing,
Yeah.
And, so
I
I
mean,
agree
me
with you.
per- yeah, me
Basically,
per-
I'm just saying I agree with you, bro.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on? Do you think? So you don't think it's a bad look for her? You think it's a good look?
I mean, that's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like you.
Do
Like,
you think this
we
is
want singing?
Do you think this is the end of the Lemonades and the Renaissances, or do you just think this is just
That's a great question.
an intermission?
I'm it's so crazy. I'm not,
Because Lady Gaga never went back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
John Mayer never went back to.
I don't think that. Wow, that's a really good question. I just feel like
For those in the chat, our fans, our subscribers, by the
Please,
way,
what do
please
y'all think?
subscribe.
What do y'all think?
Please let us know
Yeah.
what you think. Like what does this do for the trajectory of music right now? Like what does she go back to like her regular stuff?
It's so crazy because I remember sitting in that audience, sitting in that show, and I was talking to my wife, and I was like, "This feels so good. It feels like it's the end." You know what I'm saying? Like you do like a
really.
I mean, it's not the end of her skill and her talent,
Of course not.
But it felt like this is like, y'all, I'm signing off because it was so massive. It was just it felt really massive, and
on this country record. That's what you feel?
No. On the tour,
okay,
on the record,
got you.
like the tour.
Okay.
Because I felt like the production was so massive, like it was like felt like no
Got you.
expense was
Got you.
spared.
Got you.
Felt like it was just like, you know, it was everything being thrown and made sure it was just the highest possible level.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like, how do you even top this? Like you know. And then she put the country record out, and so and it's supposed to be a 3-act thing. And then I'm like, okay, this may be saying like, hey, I really love you guys, but I'm about to go. Peace out. I'm gonna go be with my family. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it would seem like that would be the strategy that you would, you know. I mean, I don't know this family. I don't know her. I don't know her personally.
That's interesting.
But you think about it.
I didn't think. Wow.
You know, it's like imagine yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because you are like high level. You know, like doing a concert of that magnitude and pulling all, like literally, it was like thinking, you know, it was like 2 cities. Basically, it's like imagine a population of like a small city, like doubled and like basically taking care of like 2 whole stages and 2 whole screens and setting up a day ahead, just all of that, running all of that, you know, and then across the world, the globe, and it's just like, man, it's like how do you top that, you know? But this record, and then maybe this record is like, listen, I did what y'all wanted me to do.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do what I want to do.
She earned it. She earned that respect. I mean, that's just
Right.
me. I mean, I hope so, because I hope she just strips all this ish down and just really go to singing. That's just me. I know our producer AJ feels the same, but I would hope that, you know, she just really showcase like I'm still B. Like I'm still, just so y'all know,
Maybe
like
you'll get that Destiny Child record. Maybe that's what part 3 is. That's what the rumor is.
Yo, I'm LJ. I'm LJ. Yo, we gotta cut. 'Cause this is part. We are only on part 1 of this Bagos country. Don't
We gotta do a track listing.
Michelle, call me if you ever see
Michelle, we love you.
Michelle, love you.
Michelle is one of the sweetest people in the whole entire world.
Man, let me tell you something.
I have met her.
I am honored to have been her MD for a number of years, and when I say she's the sweetest person, the sweetest person,
and sings down, bro.
So I'm
and
honored.
one of the most encouraging people ever.
One of the dopest humans out here, bro. I can't even front. But
we invite you, Michelle.
Yes.
Come join us.
I wonder if Shella come sit with a boy, come hang out, and come talk about.
We love you.
Her aspect.
Put it out there.
I'm Larry. I mean, wait. I'm not Larry. You're
Larry's best friend.
I'm LJ. I'm LJ.
And I'm Larry.
This is the Wisdom Well podcast coming live from the LA Lounge studio.
Come on.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back. We're gonna do an episode 2 of this, because this is still we left a lot out
on
today.
The table, yeah.
So we're gonna revisit this. But thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, you guys.